What's going on, everybody? Well, I'm going to upgrade my rain collection system. Bought this water tank, 330 gallons, over at the local auction for about 60 bucks. Currently using this old bathtub that I got raised up. Got it drained from my greenhouse garden shed down into the bathtub. I'm using a screen that I sort of just threw together in order to collect all the pine needles, anything else that might happen to go into the gutters. On the front of it, I have a spigot that I put on and a hose, and the hose travels down and goes into the side of the greenhouse garden shed. Also, my overflow goes into my chicken watering. Inside the greenhouse, I have a valve. I can turn it on and off from inside the greenhouse, and it goes down into the hose. I use the hose to fill up my watering cans to water my plants, and I also have a drain that drains into my chicken trough on the outside. It's a pretty good setup. I'm able to water all the plants in my greenhouse in the spring, and I can also give water to my chickens. Only problem is, after about 2 weeks of no rain, I run out of water in the bathtub that I'm using, so I need something bigger. So I am upgrading to 330 gallons. I figured you might like the bathtub setup, so I figured I'd show it to you a little bit more detail while I'm draining the water out of it. And got a hose that's going out into the woods, so that way I don't flood the area that I'm going to be working at. I sealed up the bathtub drain with some spray foam insulation. It worked really good to keep the water out. I keep the drain there because I need a low point in order for the gunk and everything that accumulates in the bottom of the bathtub from all these trees out here to go and settle in. Also, if I have anything that makes it past my screen. Screen worked really good. It's just 4 pieces of wood and some screen that's stapled in. Does a good job of collecting all the trash that goes through the gutters. I got the tub drained out. Wanted to show you the stand and the tub. Stand was able to support all the water from the bathtub there. Didn't have any problems with it, never worried about it. Now, I worked out the calculations on this water tank, and if I were to use all 330 gallons of water, 330 gallons weighs right around 2,700 pounds. So when I build the stand for it, it's not going to be that tall, and I'm also going to have to use a little bit bigger footing and bigger boards in order to support it. Well, I got the support structure done for the water tank. As you can see, I'm using 4x6s. Also, I had to raise up a couple pieces because of the ribs on the bottom side of the water tank. All in all, didn't cost me much for it. A lot of it's repurposed wood. It's all pressure treated. Used to be a deck, and these are the best pieces. Here's the bottom side of the tank. Got ribs here in the middle. The 4x6s are going to be on each corner, and they're going to be able to support all the weight of this thing. The beams are going to go up and down and side to side, and this is the area where I'm going to be having those ones I had to raise up just a little bit. For the spigot, I got an $8 washer and dryer spigot with a nice ball valve on the inside. Opens and shuts really easy and nice and tight. We'll have to wrap this up in the wintertime in order for it not to freeze. I'm not worried about the tank because we get fairly mild winters. I also got a gasket, a little rubber gasket for this, then also a washer to put on it. Put the washer on the inside along with the tightening screw, plastic tightening screw. I'll probably use some JB Weld on the inside too, just to make sure that everything is nice and tight in there. I place the hole just a little bit above the bottom. That way any gunk that accumulates will accumulate on the bottom and I can flush that out. On the front, I cut myself a nice hole in it. That way I can get in there and actually tighten down the bolts on the inside. Once I get done, I'll probably put some Gorilla Tape over the top of this thing. It doesn't need to be watertight on the top, just needs to be able to keep the dirt out, and then it'll be all sealed up again. I got it in. As you can see, I used some line, that way it didn't turn on me when I was trying to tighten it down. This will also keep the hose from pulling on it too much when it's hooked up. As you can see on the inside, I put a whole bunch of JB Weld on this thing. I wanted to make sure it stayed nice and watertight, and that way I don't have to drain it and try to fix it. With some help from one of my kids, I got this put on top and had to do a little bit of modification on the bottom just to get it so it set properly. Spigots there. This is the main drain valve for the tank. That way I can flush out all the gunk that accumulates in the bottom of it. Now I was using that for a screen, and I decided to do something a little different. I'm going to use a rolled up piece of window screen, tie it off on the bottom, and going to tie it off on the top and put it in, and I should be able to use it and only clean it out every couple of months if I have to, depending on how bad the gunk gets in it. Alright, connected my gutter, cut a hole in the top just below the hole. If I get to the other side here, have a overflow. That overflow feeds down to the chicken trough so the chickens can get some water. Have my hose line into the greenhouse garden shed, and now all I got to do is put some water in it and test it out. Give it a nice pretend rain there. There it goes. I can hear it going now. Well, it looks like I got a small leak right here. Let's cycle it really quick and see if I can get it to stop. Well, cycling it didn't work, so I had to go and buy a couple dollar rubber cap and put it on. There we go. No water coming out. That'll work. Alright, now let's try out the hose connection inside. Let the air clear out of it, and we got water. All right, well, I got it about 175 gallons full. There's no other leaks in here. The one leak I did have that was just coming by this valve a little tiny bit. Put a cap on the end of it. I can take the cap off and flush it out when I want to. My valve over here is open. It allows water to go into my greenhouse garden shed, and from inside my greenhouse garden shed I can fill up my little water jug so I can hand water plants inside there. I can fill up small bottles when I'm doing my seed starts, and all in all I have enough water here. This will probably last me for a good month without rain, just right here, and without any significant rain. This roof on my greenhouse garden shed does fill up my water fast. Of course, the bathtub that I was using to hold the water, you know, it was only about 50 gallons, and I could just run through that water really quick. The bottom 30-40 gallons in here is just for slush, going back and forth. I can drain that out. Any pine needles get in this thing, any bacteria that starts growing inside, I can just flush that out from the bottom.
and that's why I have my valve so high up on this. It's a good 5-6 inches up off the bottom. This is actually lowered down just a hair inside the tank to allow a low point drain. If I need to, I can lower my front two blocks in order to get more water to flow forward, so I can get more out of here if I have to. All in all, I'm happy with the setup. It's a lot better than my old one. I'm even thinking about putting in a sprinkler timer and a drip system, so that way I can water anything that I plant directly in front of my greenhouse garden shed. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a big thumbs up. Push the subscribe button. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.